You see what I did there? You can use, if you hover your mouse over the color or the texture that you want. And if you hold down Alt, you see a little spike come up. That is bugged, but so sometimes you have to log out and log back in again. What you can do, if you see that, I've got a stucco wall there, and this is going to be polished obsidian. It's like just picking up that particular texture. You can do it with anything really. Any stone. Well, you can see, look, there's my wall when I was playing around. We've got different types of striped wood. What's that blue stuff again? Cobalt, aquamarine, different types of mud, or dirt, should I say? Bit of stone there, moonstone. You know, another bit of wood there. You know, it's all handy to put them out instead of having to troll through them. But right, actually no, back to this one. To the ground. Oh, there we go. It's easier to see what we're doing. Right. What we'll do, we'll take that. What we'll do, this is, yeah, same sort of thing. This is a voxel. I'm sure you're quite aware of what this is. And everything you can see out there, apart from the trees and plants, is made up, even the air, I'm going to say it again, even the air, I'll prove that in a minute, is made up of these. Everything. The whole world. Water, everything. Alright. So, let's prove a point. I need another colour. Let's use that one. Yeah, tons of that. Hey there, Nat. How you doing? Oh, hang on 2 secs. Okay, sorry about that. What I'm going to do, I place this voxel, that's a one size voxel, and now I'm going to create what they call putty voxel. I wouldn't worry too much about this at the moment. What it is make sure you're underground. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it up so it's easier to see. Need to heal the ground. You end up with healed ground, and this healed ground is default ground. It's what's on the server. It doesn't exist as far as we're concerned, but it's made up of squares, which is why you can see it when you heal it. Doesn't make much sense, but believe me. Now what you need to do, I'm going to use aquamarine for this, but let's not put it in the middle. Oh no, that'll do. Come out. Oops, extra 3. So it's 3 voxels long. Hold down shift. Push it in. Have I made that deep enough? I have. Get your paint tool, paint it, and as usual I've used a texture that is wrong. You use a texture that works properly. That looks like it. Let's use this one. Use some cobalt. There we go. Now you can see it on the surface. Now what you want to do, after painting it, don't fill it with a add tool, only use your paint tool. Go back to your selection tool and you slide it in so it's selected the third voxel back. So not the front one, not the second one, but the third one. And that's clean air. There's no data involved in that apart from the paint color. So when I do copy, paste, it may look like I've got a voxel in my hand, but all I've got is paint, or what they call putty. Yeah? Yeah, this is similar. It's mostly the same thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to prove a point. No one. Alright, so what it's done now, that putty is just filled up the air with paint. So I haven't changed the shape of the air. But as you can see, all around it, it's square. Let's take another colour, just to prove a point. Take this colour, paint this one, this one, this one, and this one. There we go. As you can see, it's all squares. But let's take another voxel. Get into the air. What we're going to do this time, I'm going to select it, I'm going to heal it twice, or I'm going to smooth it twice. 1, 2. Okay, so we've actually got a micro voxel. And you can see the size of the original voxel because of the selection tool. Yeah? It's so that micro voxel is actually a voxel. What it's done is it's shrunk it. And you're thinking, well, yeah, that's obvious. But what you don't realize is the air around it has been manipulated to an extent to produce that. You remember, it's all like this. Yeah? Everything in the world looks like this. So, if I take my putty again, can't remember if I still got it in my template or not, but select it. Oh, you don't have to do that. Just push it in 1, 2 times. Copy, paste. There's your putty. Alright. So now there's that. If I go to the left, see what's happened to those square voxels either side? This proves putty as well. Let me change the I've got one templated actually. You can template putty if you want. Oops. And as you can see, it has deformed voxels around it. But it hasn't deformed, only the ones around it. Let me see if I do this. They're still square on the outside, see that? So basically, this one over here on the left hand side, is the same as the one on the right hand side. May not look like it, but it is. So when you place down this microvoxel, you can see the original one. If I can copy and paste that out, it still exists. There it is. I've now painted, or I've now manipulated the squares again. What I will do also, prove a point again. There's a nice curve. We'll use this one. Copy that out. Alright, now if I paste this here, what do you think? What do you think's happening? Yeah, it's a curve. Let's blacken it. Oops, wrong button. There you go. And you can see what's happening. All squares have been deformed into a curve. And this curve, even though it looks like a curve, if you have a look at it really closely, it is not a curve. It's a bunch of straight lines joined together as a curve. So that's that example. Oops, come on, there you go. Now the example I'm going to say now is, what do you think's happened around the curve that I've put in? You think, well, it's changed accordingly, hasn't it? So if we go, let's get this one. Copy, paste. Another bit of information coming after this that will help you. Go to first person so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. There, look, you can see the corner of that square looks like it's inside that curve. But what Putty does, like I say, it fills the air. So you can see what it had done to the curve. If I was to use an ordinary voxel, fill that in, it would reshape, and that's dominance, by the way. Got to say that. Can't really see that, can you? Remembering the buttons gets me. If I do this a minute. There, look. See what's happened? because that's a voxel, it's a square voxel I'm putting in, it overrode the curve and reshaped the voxels around it, which is what's happening with this one. Yeah. So now, let's have a look. I'm going to do something most people do. And you think, oh yeah, this is great. Here you go. I've deleted it. Now, has it gone? No, it's not trying to correct it. It's the voxel itself. This voxel is a square represented by the engine, I suppose. Yeah, and it says this has priority. If you've got an unshaped voxel beside it, look, prove the point. I take a voxel now, ordinary sized voxel. Alright, I stuff that in there. What do you think is going to happen to all these voxels around it? Yeah, it's going to say, excuse me, but I'm here now. Reform into the correct size. Yep, and we get that shape again. Yeah? If I undo it, and redo it. That's what they call dominance. And it's the same when you're placing stuff down. I can explain. You'll notice it with curves. Let me just try this. In fact, let's do it over here. There we go. Now see, if I rotate at 90 degrees, and what you'll see is that's the wrong shape. But anyway, the one I'm about to put down will override the one that's there. So if you take a proper look, didn't work very well, but you see now that the top curve, or the curve I put down first, has been deformed. See that? But this curve, I need paint. Or there you go. Now you get the idea. Dominance is the one you last placed down. Now you can see the curve. That was the last one I placed down. And this one has been altered. So that's why you get these funny shapes when placing them beside other things. But what I was going to show you, remember I deleted this curve over here? And you think, yes, I know you deleted the curve. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to prove a point. It is not gone. All I've done is removed the texture information. Nope, wrong one. I'll make it quick. Don't know if this is going to work properly, but Oops. This should be. Make a grid. This is very basic putty. Don't do it this way. I've done it for speed. Might not work, but if we copy that out. If I paste that there. Ooh, look! See what's happened? We're getting deformations. Also, can't remember exactly where I put it now. I should have marked it out. Let's see. Oh look, there it is. See that? There's that curve I put down. See, it's still there. It's still in the air. Because I couldn't pick it up properly. So, you must remember these things when you're building. It's all very well just to delete something, but what you need to do is select. Oops, that's not a select tool, is it? You need to select it all, and if you've got enough materials, actually, there you go. You've got enough materials, usually dirt. Fill it and heal it, and then delete it. Now, what am I doing? Put this back a minute. I do paste. We now have a nice clean floor. And that goes with the air as well. If I can bring it up. There are no more deformations. See that? So be aware of that as well. Once they've changed, if I put that voxel back in, paste. Put that back in there. Now if I select it all, I just press delete. Only deleted the paint. The information of the structure is still there. Yeah, best idea, fill it, heal it, delete it. I think that's one of the better options. Otherwise, you're going to end up with deformations that you can't get rid of, and you think, oh, what the hell's going on? Yeah. Back a minute. The voxel, yeah, and the ones around it, up to one space around it in that direction and in that direction, in all directions. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, say 16, 24. So 24 voxels around that one voxel. are going to be altered by the center voxel. You've got to remember that. Yeah, I used to as well, and it wasn't until Putty came out that I realised what was going on. And these checkerboards, oh, they were not lifesend, what do they call it? A godsend. I mean, because let's see, take a piece of this. Somebody worked it out. If I do copy, I'm going off at big tangents here. What I'm going no, let's put that there a minute. What I'm going to do, let's copy this. This doesn't have to be Putty. What I'm going to do now. I'm just going to copy this, put it over here, lift it off the ground. Actually, no, not put it over there. Yes, we will. I'm doing it ass about face. Hang on. No, forget that. Right, let's start again. I'll get this checkerboard, right, and we'll place it underneath and on top, if I can line it up properly. Actually, I've done that wrong. Dominance again. That's it. It's been a while since I've tried doing this, but let's get rid of that one as well. What we'll do, raise it, rotate it. There we go. Now I can do what I was going to do. Select this, keep my hand still. Copy. Oh, that wasn't copy. That's copy, and that's paste. Yeah, well, it's some of it will hopefully become obsolete. It will become more intuitive. And what we do now is we paste this on the surface this side, push it back to on the surface the other side. And this is how spiral staircases were made. That's how these were made. Yeah. I got a perfect circle around the outside. And what you do now, once you've got that position, because the voxels beside it are influenced on both sides by the same thing. Yeah, the piece in the middle is exactly the same shape. So, if I copy the checkerboard out, copy, paste, over here, we now have a copied version of that inside a checkerboard. You think, well, what use is that? You just copy ordinarily? So, but because it's on both sides, yeah, it's exactly the same print, the voxels have shaped themselves to that. Now, what we need to do is add, let's see, just do, no, not there. Put this one here. I'll put one, yeah, I'll put one there. This is only rough, but I'm doing this. One there. Now we get the line tool. I'll do that. And that. What we do now, we copy this. We paste. And if we line it up with the one in the front first, there we go. Oh, I've only copied a little bit, but it doesn't matter. We paste it behind it. We've now done something that's new. We copy the checkerboard out. Don't delete these. You've got to copy the actual checkerboard or else it won't work. Copy, paste, and we now have something that goes back and forward instead of up and down. Hang on. We now have this. A mess. But if you can see, it's not worked 100% because there's only a rough idea. But now I can take my delete tool, start deleting out these voxels. Actually, we want the inside one, don't we? There. Not gone 100%, but with a bit of practice, it will. As you can see, you've now got it's not very clean. Oops. Junk at my floor. It looks bloody terrible, but it does work a lot better. But as you can see, we've made a wedge that's not at 90 degrees. Yeah, it's off 90 degrees, so that's how those stairs were made. Yeah, because they were made with sections, just like that. I copied one out. Let's copy that one. That one even. Copy that out. I'll bring it over here. You can see how it was created. Don't worry about that little box on the end. That was something I made these slightly smaller with a different technique. But that's the sort of thing we should have got. these straight lines. So there you go. And here endeth the lesson on voxels and dominants and putty and air voxels. So I hope that helped.